today we are going to design a necklace using the bargain bead box subscription for the month of December 2024. And so the first necklace I'm doing is going to be the gemstone necklace. I thought I will use the nuggets, and I took 2 of them and kept it for earrings, because this pendant is kind of similar shape to this earrings, like not similar, I would say somewhere close. So I just want to save 2 for that, and I still have 5 which I won't be able to use this. As I said, this has more tan to it, so I'm just going to use these 4. Maybe I will use the bead caps, I'm not so sure. I have actually taken the chips out of the cord and kept it. And I'm also having this agate beads, and also I'm thinking of whether to use the starburst or not. So let me just take this agate bead and cut the strand. This blue is really nice, and if I can use the darker color, I can bring more color to this blue lace agate, is what I was thinking. Let's see if it works out. So, and I also thought, should I use this crystal barrel bead in a chevron pattern? This is also very pretty, but so I haven't decided that yet, but I know for sure I'm gonna use these nuggets and this one. Need to be careful with the wire instead of the cord, or the plastic ones. So here we have all our elements right here. Now I'm going to use a cord with, this is a polyester cord, but it's coated with wax, and it's 0.8 millimeter and it has this blue color. So the one that is knotted with this blue lace agate was also blue, so I thought that will be really good. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try out the pattern. Okay, so first I'm going to add this barrel bead. Okay, and then this so if I'm gonna add the barrel bead, I can use the starburst bead as well. Okay, and then this blue lace agate. Then again a blue lace agate, sorry, the starburst bead, the spacer bead. Okay, so after that also I have to add the starburst or the spacer, something like that. So let's just try the spacer out. We're just trying it out. Okay. Something to separate these two, the crystal and the gemstone. But anyways, there is gonna be knots that is coming through. I didn't like this pattern at all for some reason. I mean, I don't like the spacers on top of this. What if I add one starburst bead and then a spacer for the nuggets? Let me try how it looks. Okay, this is how it looks. But if there is no knots, of course this will work, I guess. But I don't like it that much. I want this to be an organic one, so I will keep this right there, and then I will add the pendant in the middle and see how it looks. See, this one is not completely closed. See, this slips off. So either you add the pendant, you remove this bail and add the pendant right here, which you can do because there is a loop which is closed here and which is much more safer, but the pendant will come rather close to the bead, as you guys can see that, right? So that's the thing. This bail, you need to handle this, maybe seed beads or something in the middle so that it can handle that. Let me try the starburst bead and try it out, right? So I mean, the starburst bead doesn't even go through that, so maybe a seed bead will work. So for now, I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab some seed beads for myself. So hi friends, I just wanted to make it a little bit different because I feel that this is a very teeny tiny pendant. So I want to add this pendant here, or maybe here. That will become way too long. This is the one which will be right size. So the thing is, there is an opening here, if you can see in the pail. So what we can do is we can just open that up a little bit and then slip that through. There we go. I want to slip this through this. Okay. And then back again. So now this is attached to this. Right. So now this is a I want this to be on that other side. Okay, I just need to do with this one more time. This pendant is not double-sided, so I should have been careful in the start, right? So take this up and put this way, that way. So the bottom end is not a big deal. It's only the top part. I'm doing this multiple times. That's okay. There we go. So now we have a bigger pendant for our necklace, and that too which with this small pendant as well. So I like this. I already added my chip beads. What I did was I picked out the ones which is bigger, right? The size seemed to be bigger for me into one pile, and I made two piles of the smaller ones. So I didn't do it as if I'm doing it like I'm counting it or so. I just made three piles, two smaller piles and one bigger pile. The bigger pile I thought I will use it in the middle, the smaller piles I will use it at the end. So I'm starting from the end, so I added this much, and then towards the center I was planning to add these. Okay, and if you want you can add this is like a really nice bright color to it. So I thought, okay, instead of, I know I just wanted it to be a gemstone, but it's okay, we can do crystal as well. So I am adding the crystal here, and then I'm gonna add some more chip beads. Okay, so this cord kind of phrase, but you can cut that little part, or you can wax it and do it. See this, it looks good to me. So the crystal adds a nice element to the necklace. So I'm gonna continue adding. It just takes a little bit of a time. It's not an easy uh, route to add these beads, the chip beads. The holes are different. If you are using a bead stringing wire or a needle and a thread, that would be a different matter. But if you are using this, then it will take some time. Take your time, and then once you add 4 of these, I'm thinking 4 or 5 maybe. Okay, but if you see this chip has a very hole at the real end, and I wouldn't suggest this. I would discard this chip because it's not worth it. Otherwise you will see cord there if the bead is out, right? So I will take one from the bigger pile and then add it, and then again we have 5, 6, 7 beads we can add total. So I'm gonna add one more. Okay, from now on I'm gonna add some beads. So here we go. I'm going to follow a pattern which I like, which contrasts with the light blue and the dark blue color. So I don't want a lot of light blues as well. So the blue lace agate is beautiful, but at the same time, see this, you can see the thread as well. So I wouldn't use those, and then I will snip off this a bit once it frays, just to make our stringing process easy. As I said, you can also wax it. That's also a possibility. It might be more stiffer. So we added 5 beads there. So if I run out of it, I can take it from the bigger pile. So I just add 5 more beads, add 1 more crystal. First I thought I will use this, but then I thought I will use that. So, and then I am not using the spacer beads, but I don't know, I just feel, let me see. This kind of, stays outside, and I kind of didn't like it. So that's why I didn't include the bead caps. And the spacer beads also I didn't include. You can actually, but I was worried that it will tarnish. So that's the reason I didn't. But if you want, you can use that. So you can start taking from the bigger pile. I mean, that's a small pile, but one was big, so that's why I added here. So you can start picking from the bigger chip pile, so that, this is almost not the end, right? The middle. There is a big one here. Okay. Then one more. So this is how it looks so far. Okay. So in the middle, what I'm doing is I'm adding 2 of these. And then 2 of these like that in this pattern. This is already, this measures about, say, 10, almost 11 inches. Okay, so it's a long necklace, and the pendant is now long, so you don't have to worry. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just going to so either you can add 2 here, 2 cords, and make this a pendant, or you can do it in the center. That means you need to take a lot of cord, and then you need to, because we are going to knot as well, so you just move these beads down the cord. Sorry, I'm out of the camera, but that's what I'm doing. Just moving. This is a waxed cord, so you might feel a little bit resistance while you're moving, but that's quite normal. It's not like Chinese knotting cord that will move really smooth, but this is sturdy, so you don't have to worry about that. I have sufficient thing. What I do is I just bend this into half, and okay, make it go through that. Okay, we have to take these 2 cords and put it inside. Instead, you can actually take the pendant and go through. Okay, that's another way of making a lock set knot, but as you guys can see, so that's how it is. Okay, so this is the front of the lock set knot, but I want this back part of the lock set knot to be the front because it defines both the ends, so I kind of like that. So this is how I did it. Okay, that's a simple way to add a lock set knot without putting the ends through. You can just put the pendant through. Okay, that's a tip that you guys can remember. It's a very good one. So add the crystal bead again, and then the 2 of the nugget beads. That's right here. There we go. we are going to add knots, not between every other bead, but between the beads we are going to do that. So the chevron, crystal, okay, and then 5 of the chips. You can use the bigger ones for the 2, and then you can continue the same pattern as you did this side. But as I said, you can also limit since it's already 11 inches long, and if you add the knot and everything, it will become really longer. So if you want to limit, you can limit the number of chips that you add to this. So this is all are a little bit fat, so I'm just gonna remove this. Just need to make something similar to the other side, as you cannot impossibly make it same because every chip bead is different and they are not drilled in the same center, or the same shape is also not there, and the size of the chip beads also differ. So it's a lot of differences between every chip bead. So you cannot possibly get everything right, but you can do is you can approximately get that right. That's more than enough. Okay, so there we go. It's about say okay. A crystal followed by again 4 of the chip beads. We'll include this being very big. Maybe these 2 are out of this necklace. I can use it to some other necklace, right? So there we go. I'm going to continue the pattern and I'll see you guys once I finish it, and then we start knotting. So I finished stringing. So at the end I will leave about say 8 inches and then tie an overhand knot. Okay, then I will start making knots. So this much is there. So what I do is I just take 5 beads down the line and then make a knot. You can knot every other bead or every 2 beads once. It's totally up to you, whichever you want to do it. But I am just, since it's already long, I don't want it to be more long. So like I didn't even count the beads exactly, if I don't know if I will be able to do a knot every other 5 bead or not, but I'm okay with it. You can count it if you want. So 5, make a knot. Overhand knot is a regular knot that you guys do, and it's so simple, and I like the hand knotting technique. I prefer that over the tweezers or the bead along knotter tool. And with this wax cord, it's also very nice and it's easy. Just hold it and pull. That's about it. Take the next 5 beads down the cord, wrap it around your finger, take it and put it through the loop. Just make it tight. Hold it between your thumb and index finger, and then there is the knot. So this wax cord hand knotting technique is much more easier because it wouldn't actually dry your fingers out, because it has that wax, right? So see this, after the 5 beads I have only 3 beads here, but I'm okay with that. So and then here there is 5 beads in here. So what we can do here is just take 2 beads like that. If you don't want I don't want a knot right next to the this thing, but if you want you can do it. It's totally up to you, but I like it this way. I like the knot between the gemstones because the gemstones colors are a little bit pale, and this darker color cord will give nice color to the gemstones. So after 2 beads and then after 1 bead, because there is 5 bead in between 5 beads in between the crystals, so that's why I'm doing this. But as I said, you can pick and choose however you want your knots to be, wherever you want your knots to be. How frequent you want a knot between the beads is also totally up to you. So as I said, I'm still working with the spool. I didn't cut my cord so that I don't have to worry about guessing how much knots or beads how much knots cord per bead do I want, sorry, cord per knot do I want. I don't have to estimate all of those. So the knotting and come back and show you guys how I do adjust with the pendant and then so forth and so on. So I was knotting and I was about here. If I just do 1 knot, the knot is barely visible between the crystal and the lace agate, as you guys can see. So here I did a double knot, which is much more visible. And so what I did is I just did 1 knot, like how normally I would do. Then I would do another knot, okay, on top of that. But you can also go through the cord twice. But I was a little concerned because it's a waxed cord and it might so this is my idea to make it a bulkier knot. Okay, that kind of really is good. Finally I was able to get a different the noose neck is what they call, right? So the holder, the phone holder for my videos. So this is like after this the knot is gonna come here. See this, I have the locksed knot over here. Okay, so now what I do is I just loosen that knot up. And then take the cord, which is, see that, so pull that cord down. So if you have it right here, okay, it's the other side cord. So I need to do, for some reason it's kind of, there we go. So find the right cord and just pull that tight. And I think that's the knot that I would want. I don't want any other knot in between those. So I just take that and then, okay, so that's that. If I pull this has to come out. So basically we have to loosen that up and get this tight as possible. I would say I should have added the pendant at this point. Now also it's not too late, you know. See that? So that's where it is. Let me show you guys one more time. So see this point, rather than see this, the loop is in here. It's a bigger loop, I know. Lockside knot is putting the end through that. So instead of that, we can put, let me just shorten this up a bit. Okay, instead of putting that, what you can do is, hold on one sec, let me shorten this nicely. Okay, instead of doing that, you can just take this and take the pendant through. That way your lockside knot is done. See, then also there is a lot of gap. Let's do it one more time. See how I am reducing it? It's simple. It's not a big deal. Now, there we go. Okay, now that part is done. Now let's start the other side of the necklace. So here I go. So just the lockside knot was enough for me. I don't want any knot, is what I thought, but a knot would be a good idea, is what I think right now. But it's okay, that's fine. Now the fun part, because taking all the cord in through plus the pendant throughout the necklace, if you not want to cut the cord. Otherwise you can cut the cord if you want to, but I'm okay. See that? That's my pendant. Actually, the other side also looks really pretty. Maybe is this the, I don't think so. This is the front part, I guess. But this side also looks very pretty. If you want to keep that side as, you know, your front, you can do so. So this point, I know the double knot comes. So one knot, and on top of that, one more knot. As I said, you can also go through this twice, but I like the bulkier knot that way. So okay, so I was able to finish the entire necklace. I finished the knotting part of the necklace, and this is what it looks like, and I like it the way it is, nice and long pendant and all these things. So we have about, say, 8 inches at the end. So what we are going to do is, the end also you can either put you know, actually we can put this nugget. Yeah, these two are big enough, or you can do this and this. Maybe actually this is substantial enough. So what you can do is, you can add this to the bead and make a knot just an overhand knot, but only thing is you add, this is a overhand knot, you put the end of the cord through the loop twice. That will be a surgeon's knot, just to make the knot at the end bigger. Okay, just like so. Oops, look at what I did. I did it, add it in the spool, not here. Okay, there you go. So take this cord, and it's gonna be a challenge, and I'm gonna cut it before it turns into a challenge. Add it. Put through the loop twice. Even 3 times is okay. Just to make the knot bulkier. That's all the aim is. So you can do it at this point. And on the other side as well. So we need to see where we want our knot to end. So over here, so that these are uniform. So put it through the loop once, twice, and thrice. And then we want the knot to be as close to the other one as possible. There we go. Tighten that up. Okay, so that's the end of this, and you can actually cut it. I wouldn't cut it very close. I would just leave a little bit. So now we are going to do the adjusting knot. I finished knotting the entire necklace. So this is what we have. So at the end we added a bead and then knotted. So I'm just going to have this, in the lengthwise. You can also crisscross this and then do the sliding knot, but I'm gonna do it anyways together because it's a very thin cord and I like the way this will turn out, is what I feel. So that's why I'm going to, I took my knotty do it all and I'm clamping this to both the alligator clips, but you can tape this to the ground. You can use macrame, you can do so many different things. I have here a 6-inch piece of cord. 6 to 8 inches is plenty to do the sliding knot, and sliding knot is the regular square knot of macrame. If you are not aware of the macrame square knots, look below in the description box. There's a link for the basic macrame knots tutorial. You can watch that and then come back and do this. So here it is. So this, and so that's my Q. One square knot consists of Q and P. So this is gonna be my P, which I mean by it is take the left cord, keep it in a Q format. Take the right cord, go on top of the left, underneath, and through this loop that we created, and tie. And do it with the right cord. You make a P. Take the left cord, go on top, underneath, and through this, and pull. So that's how we make the knot. So you can make as low as 3 square knots or as much as you want. How much ever my thread allows here, I am going to do the knots, and then I'll stop and then melt. One thing you need to be careful with the wax cord is it is not like the Chinese knotting cord. So you need to leave a little bit more cord at the end after you snip off, and then melting also you need to be a little bit careful than your Chinese knotting cord. So but I really like the waxed cord a lot. Nowadays I tend to like this more because it doesn't affect your dry up your fingers that much like knotting with Chinese knotting cord. So, and also some of these cords can accommodate 11 or seed beads even. So if you're looking for something thinner, then this is ideal. So I think this much square knots is good enough, is what I believe. So let's do one more, I guess. Why not? Still the thread allows us to do that. There we go. Now take this off. What I'm going to do here is snip this off. See, leaving a short tail like that. So they melt and just press it on either side. That's what I want to do. So just be very careful. See that, how fast it melts? See, it's actually here. It's not melted completely. You can see that. See this? So better to keep it here, melt it and press it. So the same way, just be very careful, leave a little bit more, that's fine, otherwise you will have to do it again. So in this too, you don't have to melt it all the way closer. So what I do is I just melt the end so that it doesn't fray, and I leave it at that point. I like it. So it's totally up to you, but if you don't want it, you can cut the cord until the knot and then do it. So this is how our necklace looks like. See that? You can slide it open. Okay, there we go. We have finished our blue lace agate necklace with a pendant, a really nice pendant, and with the sliding knot. We have knotted, and then we have used the crystal and this pendant as well, and the pointy pendant as well. I hope you guys like this design. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching, stopping by. I really appreciate it. I would love to know you guys. Leave me a comment below. I really appreciate it. And also, if you'd like to support my channel, there is a heart symbol and a thanks button in the bottom description box below, right next to the share and subscribe button, which I appreciate if you guys click on it, and also donate if you can. That would support my channel a lot further. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.